Hello and welcome to the Can Truman Make a Feature podcast. We are back. Today is October 22nd. Making this week 2 of the podcast. The main focus today is going to be about crowdfunding. But first, I have a phone call with my mom to cut to. So enjoy that.
Hello.
Hey, before I say anything else, I don't know if you figured out, but I'm doing this podcast thing about the movie, and I'm
Okay.
currently recording if that's okay with you.
Okay, why would it not be okay?
I don't know if you want to be recorded and put on a podcast.
Oh, you're recording me.
Yes. I have the phone up to a microphone right now, and I can stop recording right now and delete this video right now if you'd like.
Uh, Sounds great. How can I be of assistance?
Okay. First off, unrelated, but I didn't take the recycling bin out yesterday because it just wasn't full, but there is some cans in there. Is that gonna get in the way of them doing the cleaning thing?
100% it will get in the way of the cleaning thing. So you'll need to find an empty box or trash bag or see if you can dump. I guess you can just not put it out and it doesn't get sanitized, but
No, I'll find a receptacle of some sort.
okay.
Um, and then I had two questions related to the movie. One, I need a more timely answer. The other one can be a long thought. Both of them are super low stakes, and you can immediately shut them down. I'm sure you're gonna have to ask Dad, as well. But since we're shooting at the house, can I put as part of the campaign perks, like if people donate a certain amount of money, that they can come visit the set and see a take, or no?
I would have no problem with people coming and visiting the set and observing a take. I think the only thing I'd have an issue with is you offering, free sleeping accommodations to sleep on set.
No, no,
I
no, no,
think
no, no.
anybody should be able to, yeah. Why
And
shouldn't people be able to come by and visit?
truthfully, I have a feeling it's going to be, a family member or a friend you already know anyway that would, contribute that amount of money to come visit the set.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fun idea. Who wouldn't want to come see your set?
Word. Well, you're going to be overseeing it for a while, so I hope you enjoy that as well.
I hope so too.
And then the other question is, I did a little more research and I think smoking tea is the best option for, faking the weed and all that. So just
Okay.
burning tea leaves, but again, we could talk more about that and whether or not that works. But I'm worried that this may also be a bad idea and we can nip it in the bud right here. Are we cool with a mouse being in the movie?
Um, we are not releasing a live rodent in the house.
Okay, no chance.
No, we're not putting live rodents in our house.
Okay, there will be no. All right, that one's done. We are no longer putting a mouse in the movie. Thank you for shutting that one down. I had the idea recently, and yeah, I wanted to check in before I got too sold on the idea.
Now, guinea pig, we might could have a conversation.
I feel like you're joking, but I would definitely make that deal. It sounds like you're
I'm
joking.
gonna lose a guinea pig and risk it.
Oh, so that is a real thing. Yeah, sure. I would totally change it to a guinea pig. I just want Rand to have a little critter friend that kind of lives in his room but doesn't have a cage. Which of course we would have a real cage on set, and between takes we would put the rodent back in the cage.
Yeah.
But um yeah. So a guinea pig maybe?
Um, I'm gonna go with a maybe right
All
now.
right, we're at a maybe. I'll take it.
Maybe.
We can have a further conversation about it, and it sounds like it's the maybe leaning no, and that's okay. This doesn't have specific plot ties. This is more just I thought it'd be funny to cut to a little mouse on the floor when he's on the phone and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, you don't seem thrilled.
Are you expecting me to be thrilled about the opportunity to have a rodent in my home?
I thought you might be like, "Whoa, dude, that's such a cool idea."
Power positive thinking, Truman. I love it.
All right. Well, thank you for being a guest on the Can Truman Make a Feature podcast. All right. After those incredible words from Corey Matheny, let's get into it. So I have been um watching a whole bunch of podcasts from the creator of Seed and Spark, Emily Best, as well as a couple other ones. I can't remember who the guests were on those podcasts, but if I can find them, I'll go and I'll link them below, and put all the podcasts that I've been listening to on there. And so actually listen to those was part of the reason why I thought to make this podcast. But then again, I've also had this idea. I tried to do this before on when I was just writing a feature script with my buddy, and I thought it'd be funny to do a podcast like this. But anyway, that of course didn't turn out well. So yeah. Well, the script is unfinished, and the podcast it just I recorded it once and it didn't happen. Anyway, enough about other failed podcasts. This podcast is officially up on Spotify and a couple other streaming services. So if you prefer to get your podcasts elsewhere, you don't have to see my face. You can just listen to my soothing voice from now on if you'd like. Or I'm working on getting it on Apple Podcasts, but I'm having some trouble with that. And I think there's one other one that I'm working on, but it is up on Spotify if you prefer to do the audio thing. That's something I did this week. So, as part of this episode, you now know that I was working on getting my podcast on Spotify. And anyway, so I've been listening to all these crowdfunding campaigns, and a lot of it talks about generating your audience, right? And so, the idea of crowdfunding, at least according to these people, is that it's not just about um, earning the money. It's also about creating an audience, and accruing that audience. And so you have to think about how you're gonna generate this audience, what you're gonna do to generate hype for this crowdfunding campaign all throughout the campaign, and it should, be regular updates and all of that and things like that. So, anyway, I was thinking about what other ways can I be, generating a following, generating a thing. And I don't like the whole Instagram thing of, you know, starting an Instagram for your movie and just listing your buddies who are working on it. I think a lot of the times it's, redundant information that we've seen a couple of times. And also, I think a lot of the times, the people who are following your Instagram or your buddies who are following your project anyway. And so it's just, yeah, overall redundant. And so I didn't really want to do that for mine. But then again, there's also a lot of benefit to having a landing page that just kind of gives you all the information you need to know about the film. So I was like, well, luckily our film is about a, guitar manufacturer, and what if I took a page out of like the boys book and how they post on their Vought International Instagram page, which is hilarious and one of my favorite Instagram pages that I follow. What if I posted like an actual guitar company, but super, super transparent and making it super over the top that, we are just here for the money. We are not here for, the art. So I created the Tonality and Totality Instagram account, and so far we're off to a strong start. I think I have 40 followers now, and I've made like 5 posts. I don't want to over spam, but I also have a lot of funny ideas. And the first post was literally just a screen grab of a Tom Morello guitar solo, and I put it up there and said that, the only Shoo. The only reason this guitar solo sounds good is because of his pedal board, and I made mention to the Digitech whammy. Um and so I thought that was really funny to completely negate that Tom Morello is an excellently skilled guitarist. And I tagged Tom Morello too, so who knows? Maybe he'll see it. And then I made like a top 5 guitarists countdown where we said, I don't actually listen to this guy, but everybody says he's good on one of them. And so, that also I thought was quite funny. And then we're gonna Matthew, one of the producers on this project, made a whole template for like a fake website. So I'm gonna be posting fake website pages about specific pieces of gear or things we'll sell. I've got a lot of funny ideas right there that are going to be coming up. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, follow the Tonality and Totality Instagram account. I'll put that in the link below if you want to check it out on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, it's going to be on YouTube, so you got to go on to a different app and all that. But you're probably driving, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's move to our second interview of the day. Second episode of the podcast. We're already doing 2 interviews. We are going to cut to an interview with Michael, who is a prospective director of photography on this project. So stay tuned for that and enjoy.
Hey,
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Truman. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good, dude.
I hope
Sorry,
the whole podcast thing isn't too weird for you.
no, dude, don't even worry. I love podcasts.
Okay, word. Well, yeah.
I
I figured maybe this
love the
would be
mic.
a good way of promoting the film and stuff.
Dude,
Um,
I have the same microphone. I should be using that.
I know you
Yeah,
do music. Do you record music?
yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
shoot, wait, you had the first video you ever sent me had a song that you made in it. I knew you
Yeah.
recorded music. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
Have
little
you been
little cheesy song. Yeah. Well,
have you
yeah,
been working on anything new?
not really, no. I don't
No.
think so. No, I think yeah, it's more just when I did stuff, it was like more for fun. I did help I think you had already no, this was after your thesis. But in the spring, I did a music video with this girl Liv at SCAD, and I like helped her record the song though, and like
That's sick.
semi produced, engineered, mixed it, and then my friend mastered it. So that was like that was the most recent like official thing I did, I guess. Official thing I did. Other than that, I've just been messing around. Like I helped record a score for Brendan's like trailer he made the other day. So it's like fun to just pull that out every once in a while, but I don't really do it that much anymore. Or
Word.
my dad was recording like a guitar solo and like something and an EP he's gonna put out like soon. So I was like helping him with that. But yeah,
That's
anyway,
sick. What
but
have you
yeah,
been
dude.
up to? I've seen you in like New York and
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
yeah. I live in Brooklyn now, so I'm here. I just moved here like a week and a half ago, so it's
oh,
pretty
holy
new.
crap. What are you doing in
Yeah,
Brooklyn? Like, what's all that about?
dude, just like freelance film stuff, basically. Just like trying to get on random like sets, doing crew roles and DPing I'm I have a few things DP wise lined up that are like I don't know, like music video and like a short film later next year. So yeah, but just trying to get as much work as I can and build connections here. So But
Word.
it was a sweet deal with this guy that he went to SCAD like a while ago, and he texted Brendan and I, and he was like, "Hey, I have like a big apartment open, like 2 beds are open if you guys want to move in." And then we were just like, "Sure." So I wasn't planning on moving as soon. Like I knew I wanted to come to New York, but I wasn't planning on coming here as soon as I did. But then that deal came up, and I was like, "Okay, I can't really turn that down." So
That's
that's why I'm here.
awesome, dude. That's so
Anyway,
sick.
yeah.
My buddy Roberto, who's the
Okay.
other guy who is interested in DPing this,
Oh, sick. Yeah.
he also lives in New York
Oh,
and
that's so
he
neat.
does film shit all the time.
Okay,
If you
Roberto.
wanted to, I would love to connect y'all. Maybe
Yeah,
y'all
that
would
would
hit
be
it
awesome.
off.
I would love to.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be so sick.
word.
Okay.
Um,
Nice, dude. How about you? Have you been, Truman?
well, I
Yeah.
moved to Atlanta and then I moved
Oh,
back
sweet.
to Austin. So now I'm
Okay.
back home,
Yeah.
and just like kind of eagle eye focus on this
Yeah.
feature.
Yep.
I had written it like end of senior year
Okay.
and just knew that I wanted to make this fucking feature and get it out there.
Yeah, I love it. That's the mentality, dude. That's awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah.
what's
Um,
your interest level in this? What do you have questions? What are your thoughts?
yeah.
I know I texted you some stuff. I don't remember what all
Yeah.
I
No,
gave you.
it was great to see you texted me saying kind of that terminal thing with like your parents' house and
Yeah.
like trying to do small crew and obviously it's one location, this script seems like what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, it seems like it'd be a really fun screen. I mean, dude, I highlighted so many lines that like made me laugh out loud. I love
So
your
you read
dialogue
it?
writing. I did read it. Yeah, yeah, I read it. Yeah, I read it.
No
Like
way.
I read it today.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
it's fresh on the brain. I got a chance to read it today finally. Um, but
What
what was I gonna
all
say?
what all were your
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah. I thought. I mean, I thought it was really. I mean, I'm very drawn at least to the music aspect of. I mean, like, I feel like I can speak a little bit of that like guitar pedal language too. Like the Digitech whammy, I've been like into that pedal low key. So
I
I'm like
want that pedal
I
so
want that
bad.
pedal too. Yeah, because that has like what that's like. It's like a bunch of stuff, right? It's like a whammy bar, but then a whammy like it's like a wah, but also volume like and pitch shifter too, right? It can do a bunch of stuff.
It's the pitch shifter that I'm most
Pitch shift,
interested
yeah,
in.
same.
But
That's what
yeah,
I'd want. Yeah,
I think it does do all
other
of
stuff,
those
yeah.
things. Yeah,
But
like
the
what you're
pitch shift
saying.
seems sick though. You can just like pitch it up. Yeah. Anyway, but so it was fun to read it and hear all that. You clearly put a lot of thought into like the technical jargon. I think it was fun to read about that,
I
like
had to
hear them talk
ask
about
one of
that.
my friends
Yeah.
who's a little bit more of a pedal nerd than I
Oh,
am
really?
about a couple of things.
Yeah. That okay. Oh, it's definitely show. It came across very authentic.
Well, I really
But
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah, dude. But yeah. So
Are
definitely I applaud you
you
for it. Yeah.
are you free February?
Yeah, I might be free February. I'm waiting on I have another gig that I've already like totally signed on to for this other short film I was talking about that's a little bit more of like a larger budget thing I'm doing here. And I know the dates are in like the dates for that, like we're trying to shoot January and I mean most likely like end of January. So like that's the only like conflict I can see right now would be that kind of thing, is if that's gonna overlap to I mean obviously it's not February, but like I would hate to be work
Right.
because that's also like that's like a 10-day shoot and I would hate to be like on that while I could be preparing with you or something like that for like if if shoot in February. So that's the only like conflict I can see as of now. um so or
And
yeah,
then
so that's kind of it. But I don't even know the dates for that one yet. Like we're still locking them down, so I could even just let you know like as soon as I find out. But
that'd be
yeah.
sick. We
Yeah.
do, I think I have my dates pretty much completely locked down.
Oh, cool. Okay.
February 1st is going to be a
Mm,
setup day, not a
yep.
shooting day.
That
But
makes
people
sense.
might be coming into town and setting
Yep.
up all that stuff. And then February 2nd, we're probably already going to get in and start shooting all
Nice.
the way until February 19th would be
Oh,
that
cool.
same breakdown day where people
Yeah.
can be getting out of here or breaking
Yeah.
down whatever works.
Nice. That
Are
makes sense. That's cool.
as someone who just moved to New York, do you like would you need to be paid for this? Like, what are your thoughts on things you would need? Because
Yeah.
I recognize that that's a whole month,
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't
not.
know what amount
Yeah.
of payment I can be giving to people.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, I guess. That can make it kind of hard. Because if it was like if it was in like a year from now, like maybe I'd be in a more like cushiony place to just be able to like drop a half of a month of like work, but I definitely am not necessarily in that place um right now. But like I mean, yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, I don't even know. I have to think about it a little bit because I understand because well you're basically you have some money set aside, but you also are still applying for grants or wait. What else did you say was the other stream of
So I'm
income?
gonna launch the crowdfunding
Oh,
campaign,
okay.
uh,
Yeah.
probably within the end of this week. And yeah, the goal is to raise about $10,000 from the crowdfunding campaign.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I'm trying to raise my own personal $10,000 of just, working and saving up money. And then
Yep.
ideally, I'd get a third $10,000 by trying to get product placement or
Oh,
just,
okay.
$10,000 in goods or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To from businesses and stuff like that.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, food or whatever. Or like, yeah,
Cameras and all that
cameras.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
if I were to get that full $30,000, I think what we kind of had put as like a goal is to pay people about $500,
Mm,
but I'm guessing that's still under whatever your rent is. And then
definitely. Yeah.
also, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I wish it wasn't, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then also factoring in travel costs for you if you
True,
want
because
to
that would
get
be,
out here.
yeah.
Luckily, we can put people up and all
Hmm.
that in the
True, because of the
house.
space. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
recognizing travel costs, and then your meals would be taken care of and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the there's definitely a probably more likelihood that we're not giving everybody
Of
$500.
course. That makes sense.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just wanted to know where you're at and how realistic that is for
Yeah.
you and how much you care about this project enough
Yeah.
to make those sacrifices.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I totally get it if this one doesn't work out, especially as someone who just moved to New York.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If I would, like I said, if it'd been a year, if I'd already been here for a year and I'm like doing my thing, yeah, then I feel like it'd be a different story, for sure. But yeah, no, it definitely is tough with the money, and then even like I said, the other thing that could like be riding right up to that, your shoot as well.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah,
where are you on a scale of like 1 to 10, 10 being yes, I'm there no matter what, and 1 being not a chance in the world? And then Uh, beyond that, do you have like a list of quote unquote demands, I guess? Like what
oh,
would you need to make it work?
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, trying to think. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm in the middle right now, like maybe more 5 or 6. Like I don't, yeah, I'm not like I'm not so like okay, I can just drop everything and like and do it, like the sacrifice kind of thing. Um, but I was like, oh yeah, but I would definitely. I mean, I'd be interested if it was like maybe if it were shooting way earlier in January and then like oh I had other gigs that came up too that I was like oh I have more money than I maybe thought I would or something I could like give that up. Oh, and then what would you need? I mean, I guess like reading the script. I mean, I agree. I think this can be done with a lot smaller of a crew. You know what I mean? Like in terms of uh, like just the one location nature and everything. And I feel like even with you saying it being more handheld kind of style. And like, I guess it maybe depends on the look that you would imagine is like what to be able to get away with um the needing things. Yeah, so I don't have like a solid answer on that like right now, but I guess it would be more like it'd be nice to obviously have be able to maybe rent a different kind, rent some kind of camera and like and some interesting lenses for it as well, and then like a little bit of lighting stuff. But I even like, yeah, definitely lighting stuff. But I don't even think it would need like that much. Like I think there's a way to do it with like somewhat minimal. So
Speaking of
yeah,
lighting,
yeah.
Quinn and Melissa are both officially a go
Oh,
on
for
this
real,
project.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
crazy. Okay, that's really good to know. That's insane. That makes it
I
more
thought
tempting
that
too.
might sway
That
you
makes it more
more.
tempting. I'm like, I would love to work with them both again. Not, I wouldn't want to work with you, but I'm just like,
No, I
obviously, I want to work with you.
appreciate
But
it.
that's so funny. That's cool to know. Yeah, because you said I was going to ask you. You said you were talking to other people, but
Um, but
wow. So
yeah,
they're like, no matter what, they're like good for it.
yeah, they
Wow.
called and they were like, I mean, I think they had been saving, or also they were in
Yeah.
a place where they're just really itching to,
Oh, sure.
make something cool, which is where I'm at. I'm like,
Yeah, you're just like,
dude, I'll sacrifice anything right now. I gotta
yeah,
cut off my pinky toe. I gotta make
yeah.
a movie
Of
again,
course. No, I
you
like
know.
that. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, that's definitely where I'm at, and I think they
Okay.
might be somewhere along those lines.
I
And so they were
definitely
like,
will be.
I gotta pay for my own
Yeah.
travel and get out to
Wow.
Austin to sleep on
That's so funny.
a couch. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, sound no, it does sound. I love that kind of filmmaking, and just sleeping where you're shooting and stuff is like so funny. Like, yeah, yeah, um,
Um, but yeah, so
yeah.
do you mind? And we can also stop the recording if you don't feel comfortable
No,
saying
yeah,
this on the recording. How much is your rent, and how much would that how much do you think you would need to get paid to make
yeah.
that not a worry?
I mean, yeah, it's 1100. It's like 1100 every month, pretty much.
Jeez, yeah, so
Um, but
more
I
than
feel like,
double what I was thinking
yeah,
about.
exactly, which is
Yeah.
okay. That's why I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 1100 like total. That's like including everything. But I mean, if it's only two, yeah, what'd you say? It's from the first to the, I don't know. Like,
It's
I'm
the
sure I could
first
find,
until the 19th, so that's a
okay,
3 week shoot,
3 weeks thing. Yeah, exactly.
or like
I
two and a
guess
half.
almost,
That's
almost like
most of the month.
most of the month. Yeah. So I was almost like, but I guess if you think about it mathematically, it's like
You would
whatever
probably
I'd be
have.
paying, like three quarters of like that price would be
Oh, I
like
see.
help. I actually I think of that, I don't know, maybe like that kind of way, but that also be relying on me somehow because I'd lose any income opportunity for the first 2 weeks of
Right.
that month. So it's be like, that's like the tough part too. Um, yeah, because I don't want to be just. I would hate to be on this as like the only person that's getting like paid a lot, and then I'm just like, well, I don't know. I feel bad if that was not a lot, but getting paid, you know. So
No, I
I don't
appreciate
know.
that.
Yeah, like it's yeah, I
I
wouldn't
just
want to be doing that to people.
I just want to get all the information
Of
and
course, yeah, no, but
figure it out from there.
yeah, exactly. No, no, I'm so glad you're asking.
And that's the other thing, is I think other people will also
Yeah,
recognize Quinn and Melissa are definitely flying in.
yeah,
Everybody else, or driving in, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
I think everybody else is going to be local,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. So I
Yeah,
could also be like, I'm just covering travel expenses, you know.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
other thing. But, we will see. And
Hmm.
yeah, the
Yeah.
first 3 days apparently of a crowdfunding campaign are like the most important.
Whoa,
Uh, and
that's
so
I
I
guess that makes sense. Yeah,
I
who
guess
cares
like
after like 3 days?
a week from now, I'll know if I have a good crowdfunding campaign or if I need to think way down, like scale way down.
That
Um,
makes you mean, yeah. So week because you're gonna launch it in a week or
Approximately. I'm
okay,
probably gonna finish this up, finish this call,
yeah,
and or finish recording the podcast and submit the crowdfunding campaign
yeah,
immediately.
that
And
makes
then,
sense.
yeah, last time I submitted to them, they were really responsive and had it up in like 2 days.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't realize
Um,
they. So people have to like moderate, like kind of like check it or something like that before it goes
yeah,
like really live.
so Seed and Spark is like
Seeds Park, yeah.
the new one that people are using.
Hmm.
And I had two buddies that used them, including Roberto, actually.
Yeah, nice.
And so I was like, let me just check this shit out. And
Yeah.
sure enough, it seemed like a really legit one. And I liked their sort of mission statement and all that. So anyway, yeah, the whole way it works is you build up your whole thing, you submit it to
Yep.
them, and then
Yes.
they go and they say whether or not, they like it, and they give you feedback no matter what that you need to adjust to a certain degree, right?
Yeah.
And most of my feedback was pretty suggestion-y. Nothing, they
Okay.
said they could pretty much launch it. So hell yeah, I had my
That's great.
production materials in order.
Yeah. That's freaking
Um,
awesome.
and so then this past week or so, I've been just adjusting everything and
Yeah.
getting all my stuff set up. And
Wow.
so then once I submit the new and improved one, they'll, approve it again, make
Totally
it go
makes sense.
live. And yeah. Anyway, so all I was just trying to say is like,
Yeah.
shoot, in my 3 days, jump in and we're just, money, money, money.
Yeah.
Great. Then I'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, Michael, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I know what you mean in the same sense of like 3 days happen, then it's like nothing. Then it's like, okay, you can kind of predict like how, yeah, what'll be.
So they actually like make you take a class to use Seed and
Whoa.
Spark, like this set of videos that
Hmm.
they have. And the thing that they said is like 80 or 90% of all, crowdfunding campaigns that reach a third of their goal in, the first week or the first 3 days make their goal.
Wow.
But 80% of the campaigns that don't make that, third in 3 days to
Uh-huh.
a week don't make their goal. So that's
Wow.
kind of, what I was
That
getting
makes
at is
sense.
like,
Yeah.
hey, Michael, odds are, I
Yeah.
got money.
That's
But
true.
yeah.
That makes sense. Wow.
Um, Word.
Wow.
What else have you been working on? Also, this is a podcast that might grow an audience. Is there anything you want to plug?
That's a great, anything I want to plug. Um,
I'm
dude.
also happy to link any kind of M&M productions or
Oh,
anything like that in the description if it's of interest to you.
I mean, well, I guess, yeah, true. That could be fun. I mean, I guess, well, if you want to plug, I mean, there's another crowd fund. I don't know how it is, but there, like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know where it's at, but there's another, we worked on a short film that Brendan, he like wrote it and directed it with our friend Joey, and I was the gaffer for that. And that has like
Yeah.
I think it's a GoFundMe right now. So that one's going on, and that's I think that'll be up for another like week or so. But we shot that on film. That was a really cool project. So
If you
I
want
would
me
plug
to
that. I can
if
put
you
the
want me
link. I
to
give you the
Yeah,
link.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
send me the link. I'll put it in the
yeah,
description.
yeah.
I'm only getting like, I don't know, 20 views
Oh,
uh
I mean,
for the
no, that's
first
still that could
episode,
be
so we'll
one
see.
person. That's like, yeah, yeah. Wait, so you already have an episode out or no? Like something out?
Yeah, I have one episode out. You're
Wow.
mentioned in it.
Oh wow. I haven't even seen. I don't even know. I think is it on the Instagram page? Like, is there like a thing?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh,
And then
YouTube.
I'm
Okay.
also promoting it on TikTok. But yeah, I basically
Oh,
talked
okay. That
about
makes sense. I haven't seen it then. Yeah.
you versus Roberto and seeing
Okay.
who's who, and I basically said,
That's so funny.
you're super talented, but you will likely cost money to fly out.
That's so funny. Wait, because Roberto's like, I'll do it. Like, is he like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
good to
Roberto
know.
also lives in Austin, but he lives in
Oh,
New York, but his family's in Austin.
okay, that makes
So
it
he was
really
like,
easy.
I'm probably gonna come to Austin to
Yeah.
like see my family around that time.
Yep.
But yeah.
That's cool. Oh, I see now. Wait, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
one of
That's
the
it. The
like the second
second
one, right?
one. Yeah.
Yep. CTMF.
Can Truman make a feature?
Can Truman make a feature? Dude, that's
That's the
hilarious.
title. It's
Can
also on
Truman make a
Spotify
feature?
right now. I uploaded it to some website and they put
That's
it up.
sick. Wow.
Yeah. I'm hoping
21
that this
views.
becomes a freaking film school textbook one of these
I was
days.
gonna say I wish I would have watched this before we started the call. I want to so I could like I feel like it'd be like cool being able to I don't know see like a
Dude.
famous podcaster like talking to you or so I don't even know you know what I mean like just I know so I know the show already. I don't know.
Well, you're
It's fine.
officially the first guest on the show as
Wow,
far as like a
I'm
visual
honored.
person that we can see.
Yeah, I know that makes sense. I was just scrubbing through here and I just see your face like the whole time. So
Yeah,
that
pretty
makes sense,
much. I don't know why
which is
anybody
good.
would want to, watch just my
Yeah.
face talk
No,
for an
I
hour, but
no. I would I'm
maybe
gonna
it
watch that.
works.
I do. Yeah. I think
Michael,
you're
if you
Are you
watch,
insulting me? Because I would want. I would do that. Oh yeah.
you don't have you wouldn't rather listen to
But,
OK Computer one more
oh
time?
oh gosh. If I had I mean, if it was like the end of the world. No, I listen. I listen. I guess no. I've listened to that album like infinite times, so it doesn't even. It doesn't even. Actually, I just saw there was a tribute band. There was a radio tribute band I just saw like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
They're pretty awesome. Yeah, I was like, this is great.
Word.
But oh wait, also in the script, are all those bands like are they all real? All the ones that are like mentioned, like the crazy names, like with like oh like you sound like a knockoff this, you sound like a knockoff or like a mix of this and are those real band names or like
A
you know what I'm saying?
large amount of them are real band names and a
Yeah.
large amount of them are fake band names. So
Okay,
any
that's fun.
kind of thing that he mentions as far as like,
Like
this is
Vomit
my
Factory.
band. Yeah, Vomit
That's
Factory
your writing, right?
is
Yeah.
a joke. And I think I also put
Yeah.
Piss Fetish
Yes,
in
that's
there
like
as a band name.
that's the one that he like recommends that Dale like recommends, right? Is he like
Yeah.
check out this fetish or whatever or something,
Yeah.
right?
I think those
Yeah.
two are the main ones that are definitely fake, but yeah, Merzbow is a not is noise band, if that's what you're
Noise,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think I saw that. I was like, what the heck?
Boris is pretty sick. I think I put Butthole Surfers in there. They're a real
Okay.
band.
Yeah,
Trying to think
wow.
who else I explicitly mentioned.
So what was the
Um,
first one you said? It's Morspa?
Merzbow, I think.
Oh,
Truthfully,
I see them,
I'm
Morsbo.
I'm not a big fan of them. They're like
Okay.
really, really noisy.
Yeah.
But I like I think every other band I listed, I'm a big fan of.
Okay. That's cool.
But yeah.
So interesting. Yeah. Because I love in script where it's like he holds the phone up and it's I forget what you say. It's like this like nonsense plays out of the phone, or I don't know. It's almost like the author like thinks it's crap or something. Like it's funny. Like your writing
Yeah,
style is fun to watch. Yeah,
I wanted Rand's music to be really,
yeah.
really
Rand.
awful.
Yeah, it's like
Um
awfulness plays from the phone speakers. Or like oh, I get it makes it feel like if you just said like yeah like noise music. No, like you can like feel it like just reading that. Yeah, yeah,
Word.
that's great.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
anything else cool you've been up to? How is
Oh,
Brooklyn treating you?
dude, it's sick, man. I love it. I mean, yeah, it's super cool. I mean, I love like being able to just there's so much around. There's so much like going on here in New York, so it's fun to just be able to like go like do anything like anytime. It's just kind of like so many things are going on. But it's quiet here though. Like where I live is like pretty calm for the most part. So if I want to go into a big city, like I could take a train there or whatever. So it's been nice. And my apartment is pretty freaking big for like New York too. Like I looked
That's
out in that
awesome.
regard. Like it's very large, and there's like it's like 6 bedrooms here, but it's like a huge, yeah, it's huge space. So that's nice for just like I'm not like claustrophobic here. It's like I can just kind of like expand out and everything. So yeah, that's been fun.
Well, that's
And
super
the
sick,
food's been
man.
pretty good too. And I went to a jazz club last night. That was a magical experience.
That sounds
So
awesome.
that was cool. Yeah. But yeah, how's it been? Like, what's Austin been like lately?
It's been cool. I've been going out to a solid number of shows. I actually
Nice, dude.
saw a noise sludge band last 2 nights ago.
Oh, sick.
You're the band name's pretty crazy. They are spelled EYE. I hate God. That is their band name.
That's it. I
That's
hate
yeah,
God.
like I hate
I
God.
hear
Yeah.
that. I hear that. Yeah. Wow.
Super weird band. They're
Interesting.
cray.
Oh my gosh, that album
Yeah. Take as
"Take as
needed for
Needed for
pain.
Pain" is
Yeah, dude.
nuts.
Gnarly.
Oh, what are those teeth?
Dude, I'm sorry if I messed you
No, it's
up on
okay. No,
this
no,
one.
no. It's not a big deal. It's just funny. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's people. Wait, you saw them?
Yeah. They were crazy.
What?
They were bonkers at some small club that was like closing down. They were really,
Dude,
really good
of
though.
course. Wow. Small clubs closing down. Yeah, sounds
And
about
then
right.
I've seen a couple of local shows. I want to keep seeing
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's
It's
awesome.
been cool, and I've just been hanging out with like my old buddies from high school and Jewish
That's the
summer
best.
camp and all that. So that's
Yeah,
been
Jewish
nice.
summer camp. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Glad you're
Nice.
doing well. And dude,
Yeah,
if you
dude.
have
Thank you.
any of those things you've been working on,
Oh yeah,
please send them my way. I love
yeah,
watching your work, man.
dude. Thank you. Yeah. No, I feel like yeah. There's definitely some stuff I can send you. I think there's a few things that are still kind of in post production right now, but like yeah, I have a few things.
Word.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
yeah, keep me posted on those dates. I'm gonna reach
yeah.
out to Roberto as well
Yes.
and
Yep.
see where he's at, and also just make the invite so that y'all can meet each other because
Yeah,
Roberto's
that would be
awesome.
sick.
Y'all
No,
would definitely
I would
like
love
each
to.
other.
Yeah. Do you know, is
Um,
he in Brooklyn or is he like in Manhattan, like New York, New York?
I want to say he lives in Brooklyn, but I could
Okay.
be wrong. He might
He
be in
also
Manhattan.
could be in Queens or the Bronx. I don't know.
I
Those
don't think he
all
lives in
options, but
Queens or the Bronx.
okay.
He either
Yeah.
lives in Brooklyn or
Yeah.
Manhattan.
That's cool.
I just
Either way,
can't
I could see
remember.
him. Yeah. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah, and
yeah, I
all he
appreciate that.
does is like film stuff and like
That's
stage
cool.
work. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
So he's
That's great.
active and doing stuff. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
word.
Sweet, dude.
Well, great catching up with you.
Yeah. Likewise, Truman.
Hopefully it works out that we end up working on this thing there, but
Yeah.
oh shoot.
Oh,
Thing just oh, there we go. Fix it.
okay, sick.
My microphone just unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it works out and we film this
Yeah.
thing, but if not, man, I just hope Brooklyn treats you well and we'll
Dude,
work
thank you.
on the next thing together, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude,
Sweet. Truman,
great
thank you so
chatting with you.
much. Yeah.
Peace.
All right. See you, dude.
All right. We're back from Michael. So we heard about his constraints and about whether or not he'd be willing to work on the project. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops. And I'll probably call Roberto tomorrow and sort of see what all he has to say about all that. But I think I kind of have an idea of where he's at. But it's always good to check in with people. Um, so as far as the crowdfunding campaign goes, I talked to Melissa and Quinn and had them both added onto the crowdfunding campaign page. And I asked them for a bio. And I told them it was due today, and I still don't have them. So, Melissa and Quinn, it is 6 o'clock right now. I have my eyes on you, and I'm going to pester you if you do not have a bio for me to post on this page. Um, but I did talk to Neil Kopit, who is one of the actors in this. He's playing Hunter, a very small role, but I thought it'd be very, very funny to get a picture of him on the About the Crew page, even though he has, approximately 20 lines or so. He's not a very big part, and he kind of shows up at the end, so spoilers. But you already know that this is a spoiler included podcast if you're listening by now. Um, so anyway, he sent in a couple of pictures. I went with the silliest one I he gave me of him with a cigar and holding a beer. So we're gonna post that on the website as supporting him, and then I'm hoping everybody's gonna be putting in reels so that you can watch reels or short films or things like that. But for him, so Neil Kopit, just for FYI, is my good friend Gabe, his dad. And Gabe is also going to be a producer on this, and he also, as mentioned in the previous episode, wants to play Oki. Which, to be fair, his brother is also interested in auditioning, so we'll be reaching out to his brother soon and auditioning him, Noah Kopit. Um, so yeah, the whole Kopit family very much might take over this movie. But anyway, Neil used to be an actor in LA for a while, and he was actually the first kill in Tremors 4, which is an ongoing inside joke with me and my good buddies. And so, anyway, he is going to be in the movie. And so I put the opening scene of Tremors 4 on our crowdfunding campaign. I am so excited for the fact that I have put, 5 hours, 12 hours, somewhere around there, elapsed time of work into probably more because the logo and stuff we were working on like years, a year ago or so. So all of that stuff, yeah, is crazy. Not crazy, whatever. Um, all of this stuff that I've been working on, I can't wait to put it out and have nobody read the crowdfunding campaign. I'm very, very excited about that. I think that'll be super fun that I've, hidden a lot of jokes in the crowdfunding campaign. So, if you're listening, go through with an eagle eye and find all of the jokes. There are at least, I don't know, six that I can think of. And yeah, find uh Neil Kopit when the crowdfunding campaign launches. Which, by the way, I'm about to just put a whole link in bio thing down below. That's something I worked on today. I added a link in bio page on my website that's kind of hidden, so you don't just, stumble upon the link in bio page. But it links to everything, including this podcast, the, Tonality and Totality Instagram, all that stuff. And so I'll link that here. And currently, right now, I believe you can access the crowdfunding campaign via the link in bio, which is on my personal Instagram, the Tonality and Totality, the TikTok, anywhere you can find this link, you can find the link to the crowdfunding campaign, which is still in draft form. So it's a private link. The campaign is not live yet. But if you want to be a special sneak preview of the crowdfunding campaign, you can go check it out, or you can just not do that because why would you want to read all the, blurbs about this movie? You're already watching an hour podcast. Um, so anyway, I sent all of my copywriting to my mom. She proofread everything, which was amazing. I forgot to mention, so and I think we talk about it a little bit in the Michael interview. But yeah, so I made all this copy. I sent it to a Seed and Spark, and we'll go through and I'll just show you right here on the share my screen type thing, and we can look at it together and see what feedback they gave and what I took. So yeah, let's go through that. All right, so I'm sharing my screen now. I'm sorry to those of y'all on the audio podcast. I promise I will be going through and telling you what all happened and reading it aloud. Sorry, I'm stalling so that I can um all right, so campaign feedback. So I sent the submission on October 16th, and already by the end of it, by the end of the day, I got a response. So I was super impressed by that. All right, we've got all of this, the personalized recommendation. All right, so first off, they said they like my pitch video, but they wanted me to add some test footage to it to really make it more what's it called? Engaging, which I went and that's one of the things we did. My buddy Matthew, who is a producer on this film, came over, shot a test footage video with me. Nothing crazy. We spent, a little bit of time on it, focusing on the lighting, set dressing, stuff like that. Just shot a little video of me playing guitar and, looking out the window or at the garage. So nothing too crazy or interesting, but hopefully it makes the pitch video more dynamic. Um, Overall, I really tried to take all of this feedback and think through it because these people have been doing this for a while. Seed and Spark is all about, focusing on what's the best way to crowdfund. And so all of their advice is really valuable, and I'm trying to take as really valuable and really go for it. All right, the incentives. This one actually, to completely counteract the statement, I was a little bit against, and I adjusted a little bit, but not really. Um, for the $10, we're gonna offer as a campaign reward that we scream your name into the void. And originally, I had put it that we're not gonna record it or anything. There will be no proof, but you're just gonna feel your chakra reverberated or whatever. And she said she wanted us to record it, and I said I'll add a option for it to be recorded, or at least that's what I put in there. I haven't really talked to uh Miss Gabriella B. Thank you very much for the feedback, Gabriella B. I'm sorry that I didn't decide to record it every single time. But maybe I'll make a different decision once we're on set, because it's gonna be screamed during the void on set. And then they told me to steer clear of physical incentives. I decided that rather than offering a DVD, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it a digital thing. So I took that advice as well. And then they also recommended I adjust some of the pricing. And I kind of already had it just above those price points because I wanted to just slightly encourage a little farther, right? Because everybody can donate 5, but I really wanted to be like, and everybody can donate 10, but I really wanted to be like, yeah, but would you donate 15? You know? And so I think the price point ended up landing at 11 or so. So we'll see. And then for the other one, the personalized tone fix, I think is the next one. I again, I was like, well, everybody could do 5, everybody could do 20 if they want to get a reward, but would you be willing to do 25 to get the reward? Right? Just kind of pushing just a little bit, nothing crazy, but just like a little bit of a push to encourage just a slightly bigger donation. So that's what I went with. I went just kind of against what they're saying and, pushed a little higher, but we'll see. They probably are correct. They mentioned that I should adjust my mission statement and my story, which is always an interesting thing to, work on how you're going to pitch yourself, how you're going to translate your own vision and everything and make it seem passionate. And so I thought about that and I made some adjustments. I added some new things. I added a whole what, why, when statement type thing. So hopefully that adds something to it. And I believe that is and then the education and outreach, they just are, really saying that we should be taking the online crowdfunding class, which I did. I watched it all the way through. Fabulous resources, and I, on top of that, went and watched all these podcasts. I probably listened to 4 different podcasts about crowdfunding, 2 of them at least, with Emily Best, who makes the online class. And then next steps, I just got to resubmit it. And so I'm currently uploading on YouTube. Let's see if it's right here. Yep, the video is processing up to 4K, the new and improved tonality and totality pitch video. So I'm going to upload that and then I'm going to submit it and hopefully it, gets approved and gets up super fast. Reason being because this weekend and the rest of this week I am going to Austin Film Festival, and I'm gonna hopefully be brushing elbows with a whole bunch of important cool people in the industry who maybe I can ask for money or support or just make a connection to work on the film. And so I just wanted to have the crowdfunding campaign up by the time I went to that film festival to broadcast what I'm doing while I'm at the festival, while I'm standing in line waiting to watch the movie. But yeah, also if you're listening to this and you're gonna be at Austin Film Festival this year, come and say hi. If you see me, tell me that you listen to the podcast, because even though the number says that I got 20 listeners on the last episode, I don't believe any of you exist. We got one more interview, one more phone call to cut to, and that is going to be Ja. So, we're gonna cut to Ja right now, and hopefully you enjoy that. So we're gonna talk to Ja. All right, so right now I'm about to call Ja. He actually was my direct manager at the movie theater, and he runs a couple of businesses, but the main one we're calling about today is he has a screen printing setup, and he also does embroidery. So I'm gonna chat with him about that. What's up, Ja? How you doing?
That's pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Before we get into anything, I'm doing this podcast thing where I'm trying to show people everything I'm doing, in order to, hopefully promote the movie and also show people what it's like to make a movie. Are you cool with this being recorded for that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, cool. Do you want to promote your stuff on there real quick?
No, I'm a little back on that right now.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to push that. Yeah, we'll have to take an opportunity out in the future though, because I'm sure you're putting some work in
Yeah,
to get some space to do that though.
I got some pretty cool stuff going on right now, at least hopefully.
I figured that. Yes, sir. That's
Um
what I expected to hear from you.
are
That's
you
good.
are you doing well? I'm surprised you're still at
Yeah.
Look, but I'm hoping you're doing
Yeah,
okay.
me too, a little bit. But then a little bit not. My circumstances more based off of the boys than it was myself.
Yeah.
I'm currently taking sales tech courses now to prepare myself to make a move in December/January timeframe. Around the same time frame that I'm moving, my children's mother actually, right after you guys left, got a bomb ass job, which absolutely surprised me, making over 80,000 a year. So she just moved to a complete other side of town. It's like 45 minutes away from me, but I got the boys Monday through Friday still. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So until she gets completely settled and my lease is up, which is in March, I'll be moving too. So in tune with me making that move to transfer the kids back from my side of town to her new side of town is when I'll be transitioning to a new job. Right now, it just don't make sense because I'll be trying to transition to a new job right now, possibly move the kids to a new school and move completely out of my house from the whole other side of town. I didn't want to be doing all that at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Well,
Yeah,
I
put me
just
in a bad situation.
you got cool stuff going on with your soap and your cocoa butter and all that, and
Yeah,
I just hope that you transition towards what you really want to be doing.
it is. That's exactly right. And how was your transition?
Interesting for sure. I mean, I'm living with my parents, which is definitely a change of pace.
Yeah.
But it's been cool that I'm saving, all this money on rent. And so everything I am doing for work goes straight to this movie. Um,
Oh, that's dope.
and so I really do feel like I'm moving up, where when I was in Atlanta, I kind of felt just completely stagnant and like there wasn't much to, do to get out of that.
That's exactly right. Yep.
And so, yeah. Anyway, the reason why I'm calling you is I don't know if you remember, but we talked a little bit about it. Um, there's a character who's like a mega stoner, and I was thinking you could design his hoodie.
Oh, hell yeah, I could.
Um,
Sure.
the idea is he's not just like your average stoner. He's like super big into, religion and conspiracy theories. He thinks he's a philosopher, but he
Oh,
isn't.
God. That works perfect for me.
Okay, word. Word. Because it's a little different than your typical. No, I know with all the stuff you were talking about at the end of when we were working together. I mean, if you wanted to put like a big ass Toth on there, that could totally work.
Say it again.
If you wanted to put a big ass Toth on there, that could totally work.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Um,
Okay, tell me more about him.
I can send you the script. He's dumb, but he thinks he's a philosopher, and so he speaks in all these like big ass riddles and shit that don't mean anything.
Yeah, that's cool as shit.
Um,
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
okay, word. Well, we're gonna be shooting in February, so if you wanted to, I don't know, play around with the design at some point before there, or fuck
Yeah.
around, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a big thing.
cool. Yeah, we could talk about it. And then the other opportunity that I wanted to talk to you about. You said you do embroidery now, right?
Yeah.
How much would you charge for like I don't know, about 20 embroidered like work shirts with a logo about the size of, I don't know, maybe the bottom of a Coke can on the right lapel?
It's like $15.
15,
Yeah.
including the cost of the shirt, or plus the cost of the shirt?
Including the cost. I can see the logo size, can see what the discount is, but about the size of the bottom of a Coke can, it's about 3 inches. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Okay, word. Yeah, we want to make these work shirts for the fake guitar company in the movie. It's called Tonality and Totality. And so I have this logo, and I want to make, yeah, work shirts. So, you know, like any old Dickies brand button up or whatever, button down type of thing would work. And yeah, I thought it would be really cool to give the crew that stuff. Of course, if we raise enough money, but also I'm trying to sell them as a like fundraising incentive. So yeah, if you'd be interested in that, I think, I mean, I was hoping you would beat out the price, but even if you were, you know, on par with the custom ink cost, I was still gonna go with you. Um, so I'm glad that yeah, you definitely outbid custom ink, so that's definitely the move.
There's not many places that do it, so they get hard. That's why, because I was doing everything locally. It's easier for me to drop the price and still get it back to them at a faster turnaround time because I was local.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
embroidery is expensive, man. People charge you. They probably would have charged you $25 per 3-inch stitch, and that probably wouldn't include the price of the shirt.
yeah, on the high end of what I was looking at, it was like 50 a shirt, and on the
Yeah.
low end it was like 35.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
well, hell yeah. So then you officially have that job for sure, and then I'd love to see whatever designs or ideas you cook up for Oki's hoodie, and I can send you the script if you want. You're designing for the character Oki.
His name is Oki. Oh, that makes the shirt easier. Okay.
Okay. Hell yeah.
That's a good name. Okay, yeah, that works.
And of course, you know, in the credits I'd put your logo and all that shit, whatever you want. Yeah. All right. That's about all that I have for today. I'm trying to think of anything else that I did that y'all should be aware of work that we accomplished. Oh, Matthew pitched to me that we should change the name of the movie from Tonality and Totality to something else. So I'm thinking about that. We will possibly be changing the name of the movie. But he says he likes the name as far as a guitar company. He said part of his evidence is that, you know, when I followed a whole bunch of people on the Instagram page, people were just like, what's this whole tonality and totality thing? Like, I don't know what it's about, like what's going on. So maybe that will you know, changing the name of the movie might have a little more pop, a little more ring, a little more all the things that you would want. Um, and then I'm trying to think what else. I um yeah, oh, the Instagram. There's more stuff with the Instagram. So, the Instagram, I started following a bunch of people, and they started to Instagram basically blocked me from following people. So that's super annoying. And if you know anything about how to avoid that, I went and transitioned my Instagram to be a business Instagram so that maybe that will help. And I'll probably be boosting a post at some point so that maybe if I give them a little bit of money, they'll let me off the leash a little bit. But yeah, I was just following a bunch of local bands and, you know, influencers and, you know, mega bands and things like that, just following everyone I could. And, they have a certain limit to how many people you can follow a day. So I hit the limit twice. And then the third day, I just followed a couple of people, and it said that, even on public accounts, they have to approve my following, which is super annoying. And so hopefully I can get that fixed up, because I'm not some kind of bot, trying to clickbait farm or anything like that. I am trying to promote and I guess a little bit solicit, but isn't everybody kind of trying to do that on Instagram? I don't know. Oh, and the last thing I did that I should definitely make people aware of is that while I was working on the crowdfunding campaign, one of the things they say is you are only as good as your email list, right? And so the amount of people you can email per day or per crowdfunding campaign is the amount of money you're going to raise. Your social media posts, even though I've done all this work to build the, 20 people listening to this podcast, and I think my last video on TikTok actually got, I think like 400, 500. So I was really quite pleased with that. Even though I've created all this, following, about only I think 3% they said of people on, social media are gonna interact the way you want to interact. So it's much more effective to email people directly, which gets about a 20 to 30% response rate, is what they said. So you definitely have to cold email, and it's super important within those first 3 days as well, because within the first 3 days to a week, and I think I talk about this in the Michael interview, so sorry to reiterate, um, you raise at least 30% of what you're going to be able to raise total, and about 80% of crowdfunding campaigns are able to make their goal if they raise that 30% within the first 3 days to a week. And so I'm going to be emailing a lot of people before I post it on social media, I think is the better idea. So that then we already have a little bit of momentum going. And yeah, hopefully that will broadcast us out and get some people going. And so I made this list of everyone I could think of that might be interested in knowing what this thing is. And it's a very difficult thing to think through because you're handing out a cup and begging, and it's like, man, am I just spamming these people? These are my friends, right? These are, people I've met all my life doing this, that, and the other. How would I feel if one of my friends handed out a cup like that? And then I had to think through it, and I was like, well, two people sent me their crowdfunding campaigns recently. And one of them I've been, interactive with. And, both of the people I ended up calling within the same week or so. And yeah, I had to think about the fact that truthfully I didn't look through either of their crowdfunding campaign websites. I they're my buddies. I'm excited for whatever they make. And, I would rather wait and not be spoiled and see what they make. Then, the whole about the crew section and the incentive section, it's like, okay, you're probably working with a bunch of buddies I know, no worries. I get it. All good. I don't need to watch your reel again. So sorry to y'all for how much effort and time I, now that I am making a crowdfunding campaign, know just how much effort and time you probably put into that crowdfunding campaign. So sorry that I didn't read through it with a fine-tooth comb, the way you probably wrote it to be read. And sorry I didn't watch your pitch video, but I gave you $10, so I hope you can't be that sad. I gave both of them $10, and I felt really good about giving them $10. I was excited to help, them make their thing that they want to make. And both of them ended up raising their money, so congratulations to them. I can't wait to see both of those films finalized. One of them I've already seen some rough cuts of, so I'm very excited about that one. And when it's out, I will of course link that in the podcast description and all that. But it's a thing of who should I really email? I don't want to make it seem like my connection to these people is ingenuine, but also I'm not going to reach my goal if I don't email people. And the other thing is truthfully, with the whole Seed and Spark thing, they do a wish list mode where people can just pitch in a specific wish list item. So I think I'm gonna post that like, yo, this doesn't mean we're just asking for money. If you look at our wish list and you have some of these items, you can support us that way, or just by following and sharing it and letting people know what it is we're working on and what's cool, or just following the Instagram so that when the movie does come out, you're excited to see it and you're, there to see the movie. All of those things are helpful things that promote us and grow that audience, which again is the, primary goal according to all the experts. Um, and then I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, so I was thinking and I made a list of probably about 200 people. So a couple of them are really, really close friends, some old teachers, some people I haven't talked to in a hot minute, and so I'm wondering how much it's going to be disingenuous and how many people are going to get annoyed, or maybe most people will just not think about it, see it and go, "Oh, whatever." If I don't, if you don't really care about me, you just like whatever. I got the email. I'm just gonna trash it, and then at least it won't, piss people off, which will be nice. I think there might be a chance that I have one more interview to cut to, and if that's true, here it is now.
Hey, what's happening, Truman?
Hey, nothing much. Just to give you a heads up first, I'm doing this thing where I'm trying to like podcast everything I'm doing for the film. So I'm currently recording this. If there's any reason why you don't want me to record this or don't want it on the podcast, you let me know. I'll delete it, and it never happened.
No,
Um,
dude, I'm all good with that. That sounds cool.
cool. Well, yeah. So there are three songs I want for the movie. One of them is like the sweetest, sappiest love song you've ever heard, right? While he's falling in love with the guy, he's gonna be picking flowers. The second one is like the song that they listen to while they're, riding off into the sunset type of thing.
Yeah.
And then the third song is like a credits song of like you know, I don't know if there's like a Men in Black by Will Smith
Okay. Yeah.
type of thing for this movie. The movie's called Tonality and Totality. Of course, the idea is like, does he love me or is he just trying to sell me something? And I think with that, that might give you all of the, prompt that you may need. But if you want more, I'm happy to send you the script. If it sparks your interest and
That'd be
you,
cool. Yeah, it might help to
yeah, I'll
get us
send
some
it
more
over to you.
impressions and stuff. Yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
text me your email?
Yeah. Can you throw me those three premises again? Okay, I just grabbed a notebook.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell them to you or do you want me to text them to you?
Either way, actually, yeah. Either way.
All right, word. I'll text them to you.
Yeah, that works.
But yeah, if you want to take a stab at one of them, three of them, whatever, sparks your creativity.
Yeah.
I think your whole like bedroom sort of like acoustic from the heart thing would really resonate with the film because, the guy in the film is doing everything on his computer and trying to make
Okay.
his like magnum opus EP type of thing. But yeah, dude, that fancy flashy toys one specifically, really, you had a really good melody. The fancy flashy, yeah, I liked it a
Appreciate
lot.
that. Yeah, that
Um,
one, that one kind of came about. It was like a fever dream I had. We were working at Amazon, and I was getting sick, and we had to miss work, and I was just like, "Fuck this job!" Like,
yeah, dude,
you know.
your lyrics all very much resonated as I was driving down to San Antonio yesterday. So
Right on.
definitely entertained me on the drive. Thank you again for sending it, and thank you for
Glad you liked
being
them.
interested in working on the film. And if nothing comes of it, no worries. I totally get that sometimes it's hard to write something to a prompt. But if something comes of it, then I think this will be awesome, and it could be a really good fit.
It'd be awesome, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm gonna start jotting down ideas. I'll read over the script too, because like I said, I think having some like contextual, stuff in there would be good.
Yeah, awesome. And
Yeah.
then the only thing to also let you know, so
Yeah.
far you're the only one I've reached out to for the driving off into the sunset song and the
Okay.
end credit song, but I am gonna reach out to about like 3 or 4 other people for the sappy love song
Yeah,
one,
man. Absolutely. Yeah.
just to let you know.
Get a big pool. See what fits. And no offense if you don't use mine. If somebody else's is better, like it's all good. Like,
Well, dude, I appreciate it. And
yeah.
dude, thanks so much for your interest. I really do appreciate it. And it's been great working with you.
Yeah, brother. All right. Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, I'll send over that script. Text me your email. I'll text you the prompts, and yeah, we'll talk more. All right, thanks again. Bye.
Later, man.
All right, that is a guy that I actually just kind of met because I've been working at the 205 stuff. You know, just met him out because I've been working with his wife, and she's been teaching me how to not suck at that job since I just started there. So yeah, he was super nice, and I met him at a local show, and he makes really cool music. So anyway, I called him to see about all that. But yeah. All right. That's that. Thank you again for tuning in to episode 2 of the Can Truman Make a Feature podcast. Please stay tuned for the crowdfunding campaign that will likely be going live within a week or so. So we'll see about that. And from then on, click all the links linked below, and yeah, check me out. Thank y'all. Bye.